NBA playoffs, boys.
It's been fun so far.
NBA playoffs. Got a few questions here. Let's start with the Spurs and the Clippers game from last night. A lot of bitching about the officiating. Was it the officiating? Is that why the Clippers lost? I know I said a bad word. I got
You can make an argument. I think if the Clippers make a few free throws, though, it's a different game.
Yeah, they missed 16 free throws.
The hack a Jordan thing. Hack a Shaq, now hack a DeAndre Jordan. It's part of sports these days, part of the game. It's frustrating that the game can be determined from free throws, but
it works.
Hey, it was.
Yeah.
Except, I hear the NBA is going to make changes in the offseason to kind of prevent this. That's bull. And I'm not going to put money into things. That is total bull. Why don't you go learn to shoot free throws? You've been in the league for 8 years. I heard Chris Webber talking about it last night. His numbers went from 45, 50% up to 71, 72%. He said he hired one of those gurus.
Yeah, shooting guru.
To hang out with him for the entire summer.
Get better at it.
I mean, of all the things in the world, I mean, really, do you want to put your team in that place where you can't play in the game? But looking at it last night, and Popovich says, I don't want to use that. He used it effectively in the second quarter to keep them in the game. He used it great in the third quarter. Hey, nice job, Doc Rivers. If you don't want to lose the rhythm you've got going, because that's what the Spurs, the old Spurs, slowed down the game.
They grind you to death.
They brought it to a halt in the third quarter because they kept fouling him. Get him out of the game where you got a rhythm going. Because if you look at Blake Griffin, he totally lost it in the second half. He was 1 of 9 in the fourth quarter. He had 3 turnovers. He got blocked by Tim Duncan. He's called for traveling. Debated, okay? He was traveling. They just don't call it all the time. He had a terrible fourth quarter. He was like 2 of 15 in the second half. I think the San Antonio Spurs disrupted what Chris Paul and Blake Griffin are doing.
Sure.
Plus, instead of complaining about the officiating, why don't you complain about the fact that you're getting nothing out of your bench, 48-17.
Well, that lends to the statement and the question.
Okay.
The LA Clippers tend to wilt in the fourth quarter of games, guys.
Sure.
This is just a part of their persona. This is what happens. Is it the coaching of Doc Rivers, or is it the players they have? Are they still missing something that doesn't allow them to get over the hump?
They got one guy on the bench.
Yeah.
That's it. They got
so
maybe the best six
roster.
man in basketball, and that's it.
It's funny, though. We point fingers at a lot of players. We talk at Carmelo Anthony, and before he started going to the finals, we looked at LeBron James. We pointed fingers. Well, Chris Paul, if I'm getting this right, has never been even in a conference finals, let alone an NBA finals. We talk about the importance of a point guard, the floor general, the quarterback, and all that, yet maybe the best of our generation, my generation, is not even winning when it matters most.
Well, is it over?
Was it over when the Germans bombed Pearl Harbor?
Wait a second.
Animal House. I once said that on Around the Horn, and I got 50,000 emails saying it was the Japanese. Come on.
Are the Spurs going to win this series?
Yeah.
It's over.
Yeah, I think so too.
I'm saying it's
Clippers
over.
are missing something.
A
There's
bench?
always been,
There's 5 things,
there's
5
always
bench
been
players.
something missing. If DeAndre Jordan can't hit free throws at the end of the game, get him out.
Yeah.
Well,
got to get him out.
Popovich is the best coach in the league. Tim Duncan, talked about Peyton Manning earlier.
Sure.
Tim Duncan's playing like a 30-year-old.
He looks rejuvenated.
Tony Parker's limping around, but guess what? They're getting help out of Patty. They're getting help out of the best, the MVP from a year ago.
Kawhi
Finals.
Leonard, Thiago Splitter.
Diao hits a turnaround shot at the buzzer last night.
Great shot.
Which not only was the shot good, but what was better is that he looked at the clock at the other end and saw that. How smart is that?
And turned around, and he didn't have a good look at the rim.
He didn't have any look at the rim.
He
turned
just
around
put
and
it up.
Yep. That is a better team than the Clippers.
Yeah.
The Clippers have a couple of guys that are better than anybody on the Spurs.
Sure.
But you and I have talked about it. I'd rather have 5 guys that are good rather than 2 guys that are great. That's what we're talking about with Cleveland. Because I think Cleveland has a real possibility of getting beat by Chicago. And even a guy who's a Chicago native doesn't think that the Bulls will beat them. But I like a full complement of players, not 6 guys.
Yeah. That segment brought to you by Shanahan's Steakhouse. Go to shanahansteakhouse.com, the best restaurant in town.